Good day, Lagos, Nigeria, and welcome to PlusTvAfrica's Tea Time, where we give you the best vibes, have intellectual conversation, and of course, serve you our carefully brewed tea. My name is Oibo Priscilla, and as you know, I do not do this alone. With me here is the ever gorgeous Lydia.
Aww.
How are you doing?
FBC. I'm doing well. Compliments of the season.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas, even though it's been a few days back.
So, what's going on? Like, what's popping?
Not much. Trying to, recuperate, from the hustle and bustle of the festive season.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, I would say that I'm still grateful for like everything that's happened so far. Even though it can be tiring, there's still the joy. I'm telling you, there's still the joy aspect of it. So I'm just grateful.
Yeah, me too. And the whole festival, the whole Christmas vibe is already like winding out, and we're about to enter into the new year. You get that kind of thing. So the atmosphere has changed a lot recently. So, oh well. But please do comment, leave your comments on our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle, giving us your opinion on whatever we have to discuss today. Now moving on to our trending video, starting off with trending video number 1. You know the funny thing about pregnancy? I think pregnancy is actually really, really, really underrated because the kind of struggle these women go through to, put to bed and everything, it's just crazy. It's mind-blowing. Like, I don't think I can assimilate.
Honestly, I was still telling my mom the other day that I don't know, maybe surrogacy would just be the right thing. I'm telling you, because in as much as, yes, it's a thing of joy, carrying your own child, at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, it seems so scary. There's a lot of changes, and you see pregnant women, they're like they're tired all the time, or they're having morning sickness, and it's like,
can't even lie down well.
You can't lie down well. You to stand up again. It's just, there's just so much
going on,
and yet people just. I can't even begin to imagine that there are some pregnant women that are just going through so much in their bodies alone, and then they're still experiencing some sort of emotional
stress
from like their families or their in-laws or something like that. I can't, because that alone, like, you're literally bringing another life into the world. So they're drawing from your strength, drawing every single thing from you.
Guys,
I'm sorry. I can't. Pregnancy is not for the weak.
It's a hassle. It's something else. It's crazy. But moving on to trending video number 2.
Psst. 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 Psst.
That's something I've actually experienced before.
Really?
But it wasn't an adult who shouted, it was a child.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing that everybody's just trying to calm down and like, okay, relax and everything. Then you just hear one cry from the back. Oh, Jesus.
And airplane cries are the worst, because you've already done so much to get on the flights, all the logistics, everything.
Exactly.
So you just want to just relax on the flight and just rest.
Oh.
And then somebody just starts crying from nowhere because of biscuits or something random. Sometimes it can just be so annoying.
Let's talk about an adult who is actually shouting just because they're not with their best friend.
That's crazy. See, that's the worst type of feeling, because why would you have someone so dear to you sit far away from you? It's not even like, they're in the seat in front of you.
But most times all these flights, whatever, that actually map the seats. I feel like they do this intentionally in most cases. For especially, well, that line that you book your seats online, but they would not appoint you to the seat that you want. So maybe you check in online, they are giving you their own seats. So it's not about how early you check in. It's not about, oh god.
I think at this point a lot of us have just given up on online checking in. It's just you know what? It's just to sort of like secure your flight, your position on the flight. Generally, if it's in terms of selecting a seat, I think they sort of disregard if you're not maybe first class or business class. They just kind of disregard it at this point, and they just give you whatever
they
but
like.
If it's business class or first class, I feel like they'll give you more priority. Okay, you selected the seat. I mean, and to be fair, it's kind of fair because of the amount you're paying, but it's like I'm equally paying so much, even just for an economy seat.
If it's not business class,
even if it's not business class or first class. Do you know how much we're coughing up here in this and they still bring don't let get confused. And they still bring substandard planes. But anyways, we're talking about the best friend aspect. It hurts to not sit next to somebody that you love, let alone your best friend on a flight. I mean, it's a long haul.
Especially if it's more than an hour.
And then you now sit next to people that you don't know. It's worse. It's better if you don't know them. And then at least you can, maybe they're friendly enough and they comport themselves well, they're courteous on the flight. But some people they're not courteous. Unruly. They're just unruly. They're just rude, they're mean. Oh no, I'm sorry. So.
Oh well, there we have it for our flight scenarios. And moving on to trending video number 4. Children can be so, I don't use the word demonic sometimes, because they literally used to do things intentional. Like a few days back, my little cousin, she's very small, about 5, she actually went to my wig stand and then she just broke the head off. And I asked her, what happened? Like, why is it broken? Who broke it? And she's like, I broke it. Why? How did you break it? I broke it like this. Like, I did not understand the reason behind like her action. But it's something that we see most times with children. You actually cannot understand the reason behind their action. They just do things at this point of the moment, like, oh, I think that will be fun. Let's just do it. So it's something that you see regularly with children. So it's not surprising actually when you see them do some kind of funny, annoying thing. So
I feel like in a way God gives people children to sort of increase their tolerance levels. I kid you not. You think you've had it with your colleagues, you think you've had it with your family, your parents. God will be like, you know what, I'm not done. I'm going to give you kids. And he knows that, if it's your colleagues or something, you can just cut them off, throw them away. But it's like a child. No, until that child is 18 years or grown, you are stuck with that child. So you see people that are screaming, oh, they want children, they want, like, God is like, you that's your patience level. Your patience level is not even it. So that's just what I would say. Children are just, and the funny thing is, children, they can actually have pure intentions. A lot of times we think that children have like mischief hidden somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes it might just be out of pure. It's when you like sit down and you talk to them, you just find out, like I press the water because I always see mommy opening the tab like
but
this.
And I really want them to help. Always out of curiosity. Like that child now in the video, she knew that water would come out from that place, but yet she still timed it to the point where the dad was opening his mouth. So tell me, does that look like curiosity to you?
Well, I mean, there are always exceptions, of course, especially younger babies. At least you can say, okay, toddlers and like, just younger children.
And toddlers are the worst.
That's what I was about to say. And it makes it worse because their communication is not like 100%.
Yeah.
And of course, they won't be speaking out their thoughts. So you can't even know that, okay, this person is up to. It will just happen at the most random time. Like this. He probably did not even see that coming where she just pressed the. She's like, oh.
And the man too. Like, what was he thinking doing that?
I mean, he was probably trying to entertain.
But at the end of the day, that's actually just like a pure human thought. if I see somebody playing with like a water pipe, I might actually just put it on out of like, I don't know the word to use, but like just out of that feeling in the moment or something.
Seriously.
Like, why are you playing with it? Like, so I don't think that, oh well, it's all good. We are all humans after all. That feeling comes out once in a while. But it's not demonic. Like that's.
Oh my God, mischievous.
I don't know what exactly that mischievous side comes out once in a while. So it's all good. Moving on to training video number 4.
Where Hey, wait, Pradosh.
I'm Pradash.
Hey, well, look at this. Sorry, I will close the door for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Is it the music to us, Battle Pradosh?
It does, it is.
Madu, I will close this door. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I shall why you today. Where
You know that moment when like you have a friend that is white and then they start seeing you do some like kind of funny things or like saying the most random thing that they've never heard before. So like to them they're like, what's this clown saying? Because you know it's something that they've never heard before. So them like hearing you call somebody else weary or ashawo, like they say, like it's just something that they're not used to. So they're like, oh my God, this person is a whole different vibe on its own. So
It's cute, child. It's Nigerian. It's Nigerian roomie. But I like the fact that the guy, I mean, he just gives, I don't know anything about him, but the roomie, he just gives authentic vibes. You know, averagely, like Nigerians, they want to like form or something. He's just like, well, me, I don't even have time for this one. Like, this is who I am. You're going to collect me like that. You're going to deal with me like that. The guy is like used to it. But you know, I think that's the interesting thing about guy friendships. Like they're just generally a lot more open. But women friendships, it's just like, I mean, honestly, you would have seen the girls. They would have started. What's the word? They'll be forming a clique, or they'll be trying to form like, oh, you're not, you know, we're not on the same level. You're not like classy enough or something like that. I'm just like, why is there so much brouhaha, wahala over just because one person is a different color, skin color, like, and has a different culture? Like, why is this such a? But you know what? That's one of the many things I don't want to get triggered on this show. Anyways, but it's cute. It's cute actually. It's very, very cute to me.
and he was being so real. That's just one thing I observed. The guy was being so real. It felt like the roommate was like, oh my God, this guy has come again. We were just giving positive energy. And that is all for our training videos. And you know, tomorrow marks the beginning of a new year. So we would be like informing you all on how other countries perform or celebrate their New Year. For example, China. So, you know, the Chinese New Year is also known as the Lunar New Year or Spring Festival. It's a celebration that marks the end of the Chinese calendar. It is a time to embrace tradition, enjoy foods, and wish for prosperity and happiness in the coming year. Celebration to usher out the old year and bring forth luck and prosperity of the new one, therefore often includes firecracker, red clothes, and decoration. Young people are often given money in colorful red envelopes. In addition, Chinese New Year is a time to feast and visit family members. Lion and dragon dance are performed to symbolize good fortune, strength, and courage. The theme of the Chinese New Year for 2025 is the Year of the Wooden Snake. The snake is a symbol of wisdom, intuition, and transformation, and is paired with the wood element in the 60-year cycle.
Interesting.
Very.
I think I found my own favorite part, was the red envelopes. The red envelopes, that's my favorite part because why not? And then, of course, the fireworks with the feasting. I mean, sorry,
but
what's not to love?
The Chinese New Year, in relating it to what we do here in Nigeria, you know, in Nigeria, there's always firecrackers. There is always like that family reunion thing, like everyone comes together and have a feast, you know. It's more like, almost like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But it's just the new year. So I think in a way the only difference that is like for Nigeria and China in form of celebrating the new year is just the dates, I guess, and then the what they call their own. Because I know that every year they come up with, or rather they give it a different name. Like I think they have the year of the rabbit, year of the dragon, lion, and the rest. And next year is the year of, or rather tomorrow. Tomorrow would begin. Is it? I think their new year starts in 29th of January.
Or something like that.
So it doesn't really start exactly with our own 1st of January. So it's kind of different in a way, but it's also very, very similar with the family feasting and
but I think it's very culturally inclined with the animals, especially like Chinese people. I know they especially with these animals, they're very like symbolic for them.
Yeah.
So it's not just like the year of the snake. You know, most people look at snake, deception, blah blah blah. But it's like they have like a different like
meaning.
For them, they are not really
Wisdom,
focusing.
Transformation. Like it's such a positive,
outlook to all these interesting animals. But still, my favorites would be the firecrackers and lanterns, feasting, and the red envelopes. Because why not?
The Ethiopians also have a special way they celebrate their new year as well. The Ethiopian New Year is also known as the Entutatash. Please do not come for me. Pardon me. It's a public holiday that takes place in September 11th or 12th in the Gregorian calendar. But on the September 12th, during the leap year, the holiday is named after a legend about the Ethiopian queen of Sheba. She was given a jewel from King Solomon of Israel when she returned to Ethiopia, yellow flower. And yellow flowers began to bloom in the foothill around Addis Ababa, signifying the end of droughts and the start of a new life. The name Entutatash means gift of jewel in Aramaic, the official language of Ethiopia. The yellow flowers symbolize a new cycle of life and prosperity that begins the Ethiopian New Year. The Ethiopian New Year, it's what's the word? It comes with so much history with the whole King Solomon, like that's way back. King Solomon gifting the jewel to the queen, and then she coming back, and then yellow flowers at the foothill of Addis Ababa, and then it signifying the end of droughts and then the beginning of a new era entirely. So it's such a positive outlook, and the fact that their timing is different, it almost feels like New Year is not everybody's New Year. It gives that feeling like New Year can symbolize any day, any particular time. It doesn't have to be January 1st. Like, anybody's New Year can be anything. Anybody's New Year can be their birthday. It can be, like, a special occasion for them. So, like, that's what it's given. Like, that's what it seems like they feel, or rather, they viewed the New Year as something special, something that signifies a new beginning. It could be buying of a new house, and then they see it as a new year. So it's a different outlook to it though.
So would I say like little that I've been able to gain about the Ethiopian New Year, they generally, I think they're just a very different set of people, and they even have a different Christmas. So their Christmas is on like 5th of January or something like that. And I would always tease because I have an uncle who's married to an Eritrean. So Eritrea is, I think they used to be sort of part of Ethiopia, but I don't know if it's that they broke out, but technically they're pretty much still part. And I used to joke, and I would say like, oh, your kids are so lucky because they get a Nigerian Christmas and they get Ethiopia. They have 2 Christmases and 2 New Years. Like, I mean, that's just so amazing. But I think theirs is more from, it's sort of would I say like, is it really not really religious, but sort of, because how, like, for example, in biblical times the calendar was sort of different. It wasn't really like 12 months or something. There was like a different, so I think that's sort of the way that they carry out their own like year, but then even at that, there's still a lot of like discrepancy. Not really discrepancy, but there's just a very interesting way because we are in 2024, but an Ethiopian New Year, I think they're like 2011 or something like that. It's interesting, and it's not even like, oh, maybe their timing is different. We're still operating at the same time, same day, just like a different year.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to dig deeper on that, but I just find it very interesting. I know that they would make gifts. The younger people would make gifts for like their family, and like the older people, they would have like bonfires. They would, celebrate. And then there's this like a traditional meal that they have. I think it's called injera.
Yeah.
And I've been sort of
flatbread.
Yes, it has very interesting taste. I think it's made, is it like sesame seeds or something? Just very interesting. So it has a bit of a sour-ish taste, but then there's also some kind of like a stew thing. So it's like kind of like a flat pancake. That's like a better way to describe it.
So basically, we should be picturing it as a roti. Indian bread or something
yes,
like that.
but it has more of a pancake texture.
Oh.
Something like that. And then you just like cut with
Sear
your
it.
hands. Yeah. Because this same uncle of mine that I was talking about, so they had a wedding, and obviously because they had the white wedding, then they had the like traditional side.
Wedding, yeah.
And of course, since we are taking the bride, they had of course the time to honor the Nigerian side and then time to honor their own. So there was the food. And then they served the injera, and I was like, this is so interesting. Like so I would just see all the other Eritreans, they'll cut it, kind of like as if you're eating swallow. They just cut and then they eat. So that was the first time that I tried. I found it very interesting.
And the fact that that's what they use to like usher in the new year.
No, it's just general. Like I think that's just, but because I think it's more special because it's like the traditional food and everything. So just like how we would do like pounded jam. We're not eating pounded jam every single day, but we know that during the holidays we must make that pounded jam or whatever swallow. So I think it's very interesting actually to find out that the world does not operate like
as we think it does.
Not everywhere operates in the same way, minus the general cultural differences. It's just interesting to see.
Honestly, it is. It's very interesting. But we will be back right after the break. We'll be going for a short music break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back from that very beautiful music break, and we'll be jumping right into the highlights of 2024.
Yes.
The interesting stories that we've covered mostly on this show throughout the year, just more like a little recap of the funny, interesting,
many things,
sagas that happened this year, like, something to remember. So we'll be starting off with marriage saga, because this 2024 there were lots of marriages this year.
2024
Vicky
was
James, Davido, Yamoli,
Moses Bliss, Kole Remy.
Oh my God!
The list is endless. There are a lot of people we're even forgetting stuff.
There are lots.
I can't
Because
remember.
even right now, I'm still seeing that people are getting married.
People are still getting proposed to. No. This year, it really choked for we the singles. They want to suffocate us. They're trying to choke us, but we say no.
No.
We shall be single. When it is time for us to marry, we shall marry.
Tell them.
You cannot pressure us because of pajamas. We refuse to be pressured.
Tell them.
The pressure is getting worse. But our resilience is getting stronger. That's it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, our resilience is getting stronger. Because what? No. I'm sorry. I don't even know where to start from. Should we start from? I think it's the back to back that was the problem. It's not even like, okay, maybe every 2 months so somebody's coming out to game. It was just like
immediately.
Vicky James, Kate, Moses Bliss, Kule Remy, like they were just
like
they were not. I think like they just all had like a round table to just discuss like, you know what, this year we're all going to get married and we need to pepper this internet because we did not have any breathing space at all.
Not to even talk about after the marriage. Then you'll not be seeing them post all these frustrating pictures and videos.
Not mentioning anyone's name that starts with a certain B. not mentioning anybody's name. But no, I this year
it was such a beautiful one.
It really showed. But honestly, I was here for all the love. I think whose wedding was your favorite? Whose wedding would you say was your favorite?
I can't get it. I think Davido.
Chivido.
You know, the back to back and Nico's leaving, giving us
Nico,
oh my god.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
no. I and it's just so interesting because it's a wedding that had been anticipated for so long. So for it to finally, just be
brought
here,
to public, because there was a time when they said they did get married, but they did not put it. They didn't make it public. So for us to now see the actual public
marriage, yeah,
everyone was going crazy.
It was it was beautiful. It was anticipated. We loved it
highly.
Sharon Oja, Theophilus Sunday.
Sharon Oja even got married this year.
Sharon Oja even got married and you know what I love? Despite the many claims and the keep your something, the girl is there, she's thriving, and she will continue thriving in Jesus' name.
Amen.
No, it's actually the truth, because I feel like a lot of people live their lives out of fear. It's like, don't post what people don't see. I'm not saying you should be flaunting everything, do you understand? But if you're going to do it, you can do it from a place of wisdom and discretion, but not because you don't want people to pour sand in your gari. No, if God has done something for you, unless God actually told you, like, okay, I need you to keep this thing private, keep it private, that's fine. But if not, my dear, post away.
But this Sharon Oja's wedding whole scenario, where she kept her husband private until the wedding day, and then she now posted him. And immediately on that same wedding day, we're already hearing, he had married 10 wives, he had done this one, he had done that one. Like, the entire wedding scenario, there was always something coming out immediately after the wedding with X. Like Vicky James, how people were commenting that why did she kneel down on her wedding, and then Yemoli, how they were commenting about his wife, and then like the list goes on and on because mainly after the wedding you're already seeing another scandal coming out. Like this year was so scandalous. it was, because let's drop the wedding matter. Let's enter Bobrisky. He filled our entire page from, let's say, September till December. Because even this December, we heard another story again about how somebody said Bobrisky and Tunde ate nuts. And then, not to talk about the other cases before him, Bobrisky and the whole VDN saga and everything.
But it's the sugar mommy of Lagos. Are you gonna expect less? I mean, you call somebody the sugar mommy of Lagos and you expect them not to be a headliner. I am sorry. That is the lowest you can think of Bobrisky. Fine, the allegations I don't know. You might have your opinions or whatever. They might not be true. They might be true. But that the sugar mommy will not make headlines, that's a lie. So
big lie.
I mean, to be fair, it's I wish it was for something more positive.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
but the entire list just kept on going on and on and on.
It's like you're breaking the news today.
To the he did not stay in prison. To the bribe. To
the the facing of the naira. It's just
exactly like.
Listen, and it's interesting because this person, I don't know. Everyone has their opinions, but it looks like the things were just happening like without him or her necessarily trying. Like it wasn't like, I'm deliberately defacing the naira so that I can be on the news. It was just like, I'm just doing my own thing.
She was just trying to be herself, and then suddenly she does something bizarre, and the next thing is making headlines. Every single person is talking about it. Even we are talking about
it today.
And then moving on, so aside from Bobrisky right now, like VDM, very dark man, so how he dragged is it Gist Lover, I think that was this year as well. Gist Lover to the actress Yabo Ojo, to the entire Davido wedding, the entire saga that VDM caused, I think, with Yabo Ojo's husband and
him going to
my god, and then the NGO, and then exactly,
oh my goodness, wow.
And then people started running to Very Dark Man, immediately they have a problem. They would just say, "Oh my God, I reported to Very Dark Man," and their issue is solved.
So the saga with the Falanas as well.
Yes.
It's been an interesting year for VDM. Let's put it that way. Very packed year for
Very
one
packed.
person. All in 1 year, you've been to the House of Assembly. You
Raised over how much in his NGO, like
I mean, you sort of confronted or accused one of Nigeria's biggest
fans.
senior advocates. It's the guts for me. Honestly, it's the guts for me. You need to do a master class on the audacity.
Well, this year started with the catchphrase "No grief for anybody."
No,
so I think VDM took that literally, like he took that way too personal.
I would say everybody generally this year. Especially, and I think I'm still going back to the wedding part because that was the thing that choked us the most on this internet. This year, Nigerians did not grieve for anybody. Nigerians
Jump
in general.
right back to Vicky James.
It was
All
Vicky
the pepper
James,
body.
No.
Oh,
And I know people
Oh
have
my
their
God.
opinions about Vicky James, but personally, as of right now, I don't have anything against her. Like I'm here for all the content. I'm here for all the love. And honestly, I really don't feel like it makes sense the way
She
people say
doesn't
things
even
like,
care because the amount of time people have dragged her on social media and she keeps posting what she wants to post. It's giving the no grief for anybody. I think everybody took it so literally.
Yes, but because why should you grieve for anybody? Today they'll come out, they'll praise you. Tomorrow they'll say
come out, they'll
crucify
shame
you.
like, wait.
So it's like, I mean, when Vicky James, she was in her quiet, doing her own thing in her own lane. The only thing that they had against her, I think, was like some video or something that she had released a while back.
Yeah, the dance
and then
video.
she got married, and then people are coming for her husband, and then now she does, she's a Jesus baby, and then now people are coming for her too. That you were doing video. How can you? So honestly, I love how she's just living her life doing. Yeah, obviously she's not a perfect person, and of course some things could have been done better. But I'm sorry, it was a Vicky James year. She was all up in her faces, and I can't even lie to you. I loved it. I loved every moment that I was able to serve of the Vicky James side of the
she
internet.
gave that kind of energy that you know what. Everybody do whatever you want. Let me do what I want. I will do it with my full chest. And she did it with her full chest.
Love it. They even had a new gifting company thing that they started this Christmas. Honestly, see, I'm just here for it. I'm sorry. Right now I'm a Vicky James stan. I can't even lie to you. I just love the energy that she brings. She just does her own thing and she does it well. Is it her business? So thriving, her fashion. So please, and she's enjoying herself while people are just there complaining that, oh, you, Mr. Vicky James. So I'm sorry. If you pay that much attention to your own life, maybe you'll be sitting in the same room with her. I'm just saying.
And then moving on to Diddy.
Oh my God.
Oh my jeez.
I think I already have a headache talking about this Diddy year.
I think we spoke about Diddy almost every day for the past 4 months.
It's
on this
crazy.
show.
I'm sorry.
Like
no.
there was always something new coming out on Diddy.
It's like you think you've caught your breath finally. They now
And
say,
then something else entirely.
Oh my God. It's like you talk about Diddy. Oh, let's finally inhale and exhale. Diddy has done it again. That was literally what it was this year. Like from 1 week of Diddy to
another.
Just half a second of breath and then another Diddy situation again. I'm sorry.
It
was a
endless.
Diddy year.
From racketeering to assault,
Baby oil,
to the whole entire conspiracy behind him as well. The entire what's the name of She Knows or whatever, that song that came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then everybody's coming up with their own conspiracy, and then every single person is apparently a victim of Diddy. I think 100 and something in a day.
Oh my
Jesus Christ,
man, I cannot.
It was endless.
I really can't. Anyway,
But
honestly, that's what we're going to say. Anyway,
and then the entire Nigerian pageantry.
Oh, love it.
Winning Miss Universe, first place, and then winning Mr. International. Nigeria was just serving it hot, giving everybody back to back. We're ready for people this year because
of course.
Oh,
and also, I don't know if you remember this as well. And it wasn't just in the pageantry; it was sports as well.
Was it this year that they did AFCON?
Yes.
I think it was this year.
Yeah, I think
AFCON saga.
yeah, we had AFCON this year.
Jesus, that AFCON period was crazy. It was
To our
was
never-ending
crazy.
battle with South Africa. I mean, this year.
Tell me about
I
it.
don't know why, but this year it was just like tug of war with South Africa for whatever reason. Fashion, music, especially fashion and music.
And then the
fashion and
Uber.
music.
The
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Uber sack. Oh my days.
The
No.
Uber with South
I wonder
Africa.
how it just randomly
Jesus.
died down. I'm interested. I would really like to find out how it just died down all of a sudden, because
all this I don't think this is the first time Nigeria is having this kind of crazy battle with South Africa. So it's actually not a new something. You know how one person will just make one kind of funny tweet, and then another person will take it way too personal, and then that's how the entire country is taking it way above means. And then the next thing you know, something else is coming to cover it up. So you know that's the entire, like, that's the cycle of things apparently with Nigeria and South Africa. 1 minute they are beefing, another minute everybody is like on their own. And then this December, the IJGB
oh my days.
and traffic.
IJGBs and traffic. You guys,
Jesus
I don't know what we did to you this particular year, but it's like if you just decided to show us the Shege Banza.
Everybody running down
I'm telling
to
you.
Lagos.
And it's interesting because during the day, nobody wants to go anywhere. But you see
At
night
night.
or the evening time, everybody suddenly wants to go for one concert, one show, dinner here, mani-pedi there, appointment there. I'm just like, IJGBs, okay, no. We are not going to do this in Lagos. We've had enough. Okay, we love you guys, but I think we're going to have to be doing this Dirty December over Zoom the next time, because I'm sorry,
Please.
we could not cope with the
He
traffic.
said Lagos is big for everyone.
It's not big enough.
He said Lagos is, the sky is big for everyone.
It's not.
Lagos is not the
Or you
sky.
know what? You guys should probably just be on the mainland. I know I've heard that there's enough space on the mainland. No, wait. I'm not coming from a shady angle.
At least you should have pushed them to another state.
She did another thing. No,
Because I
now.
feel like we have 36. They should not only be in.
Can you
in
imagine?
Lagos.
Also, we should be sending IJGBs to Zamfara, Abi.
Kaduna,
Or we
Bombay,
you're not even mentioning the
Abuja.
eastern states. You're mentioning the. Can you just
or
imagine?
Anambra. Exactly. I think Anambra is also nice.
Can you imagine?
Anambra, Enugu, Delta State. My people, please go there.
But before we even move on and everything, can we talk about the music aspect of the year? So, I mean, we did great. We always do great. Afrobeats was on another level this year.
I know,
but there are
right?
some things we're not going to forget. Like how Tyler, see, don't even get me cheesed on this set. The Tyler, because why? That's one of the things that South Africa was using to glory against us.
Tyler, well, she was, this year really was Tyler's year because any award ceremony that's happening or whatever, you are always seeing Tyler winning this, winning that, winning this. Starting from that her Water, that her song Water that did not die, and it's still winning Grammys or whatever for her till now. It's just crazy. At least we've given South Africa music in Tyler's aspect.
And then they now
transferred her to Afrobeat.
That's where my vex came. That was what upset me the most.
Catch up on that episode on our YouTube channel, please.
So, but I think it was a fantastic year, Nigeria in general. Honestly, this was our year. This really was our year. So, was it Adebayo Lookman too that also won an award? So when I tell you that we were hitting it hard in all the categories, sports, beauty, music, fashion, oh my days.
Pageantry.
Forget it. When you sabi, you sabi. That's just how I'm going to end it. When you sabi, you sabi.
I just remembered. You remember GTCO Fashion Week?
GTCO Fashion Week.
And then Davido appearing on stage to support his friend, and then to touch her falling down on the runway.
All right.
And she still said, I served.
Because she did serve.
Her confidence.
She did serve with a broken heel. One broken heel with another regular heel. Of course she served. She ate. She ate. If it was in another country, I'm sorry, they would have had the paramedics come to her, rush up. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Your ankle.
Stood up and she
stood up and continued. She
served.
continued. So please, she ate. She ate that. So
well, that is all for our New Year recap. Sorry, for our 2024 recap. Before I say New Year recap. It's not a New Year yet, I want to give recap. So, the New Year is we're about to, smoothly enter into the 2025, and everybody has their New Year resolution. So feel free to give your own New Year resolution on our YouTube channel. So that we can all join hands and like observe you actually achieve that
Before
New
we
Year.
start observing, pretty, tell me one of your own New Year resolutions.
My New Year resolution is the same every year.
Really?
Every year.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, but I'm going to keep it like short.
So there isn't just one that you can just tell. Just one.
One thing I always strive for every New Year is to be as kind as possible.
Love it.
Because, there's so much going on, and then everybody just needs that moment of kindness, like that's feeling to feel special, So that's what I strive to do every year. I try to give as much as I can to people that I know need it, and like just give as much as I can every year. So that's one thing I always have in mind. Every year I'm going to give so much, but not give to no more. Just give to like a comfortable level to make one person every month feel special. So that's something that I try to do every year, and I've been doing that since like 2020, since the COVID-19. So
lovely.
I try to do that every year, 1 month, one person. So that's just it.
Oh, lovely. I would say one of my own resolutions is to definitely take a lot more action. For someone like me, I would, think about all these different things, and you have these maybe like different skills and ideas and things, but just executing it sometimes can just be overwhelming. And so I think, going into 2025 would
No
be a
more
year.
procrastination.
Not necessarily even the procrastination, maybe just thinking of how grand some of those things can be and how wild it could be that, these things can actually come into to realization, into reality. So I think this year I'm hoping, and I'm striving towards making this year a more actionable year for me, rather than just just gathering so much, actually putting things out there, putting myself out there, getting better, and of course, like you said, still maintaining my kindness. I mean, it's just, I'm really excited anyways for 2025.
So you guys, Happy New Year
In advance.
from the Tea Time crew.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. But sadly, this is where we draw the curtains for today.
It's our last episode for the
For the
year.
year. This is our
Aww.
last episode for 2024. Catch up on our previous episode on our YouTube channel with the hashtag Tea Time on PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can catch up on our previous episode. Give your opinion, your comments. Try to wind back to see what actually happened through the year, and see how fortunate everyone of us have been in 2024. Thank you to my co-host, Lydia.
You're welcome, Prissy. Always been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure doing the year with you.
Ending
I
it.
would put it-
Ending it. So thank you to everyone, the camera people, our viewers, a very big thank you, and a very, very beautiful and prosperous New Year to you all. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful day. Bye.